Hey, 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 hey.
Play.
Play it.
We didn't even get a single word.
Hey,
out.
we got W.
We got
I was gonna say welcome back.
I was gonna say we something, and then I just immediately laughed. New video alert.
Minion.
New video alert. Beedoo. Banana. This is unlistenable.
Fucking
This
worst.
is unincorrigible. This is undelectable.
This is Cuphead. Let's get into it. So, yeah, there I was at the gas station. When
Station of gas,
out of the
if you
blue, some dude comes up
sh-
to me, tells me, "Yo, dial 911." And of course he tells it to me. No one else is. I'm with the car with 3 other people, and I'm just like, "Ah, fuck! Now I gotta do this shit."
I gotta dial 911.
So-
Technically speaking, anyone could have done it.
Yeah, it's true.
I forgot that it's
But-
a different power up now.
I dial it, and they're like, "Hey, what's your location?" I'm like, "Dog, I don't know, 7-Eleven."
7-Eleven. They're like, all right, dispatching 7-Eleven.
Every 7-Eleven dispatched. I figured it out because it's written on the 7-Eleven.
Interesting.
But-
Did their
yeah.
address have a 7 or an 11 in it?
I think it had a 7, yeah.
How much of their address can you remember right now? Because you had to remember it in a state of panic. While
Here, I'll
talking
say
to
it
the
right
police.
now. Of course, we're gonna have to bleep it out, but I'll say it.
Do we?
Beep.
Dude,
So-
for real, that was pretty good. We just looked it up, and that was like you only missed like one number.
Yeah, I accidentally said east instead of 7.
That was the number. Yeah. You
So-
said 32 east to west.
Also, you notice that we have extra health and we're still getting fucking
Bodied,
assed.
destroyed, obliterated. Well, that's because we're also taking. We got rid of dash invincibility for the extra health.
That's
so like
true.
it's a trade off. I jumped way too early. I thought it was gonna be the third one, but it was not.
But yeah, then
it's
I
a
had to
different
talk to the
power-up.
police.
Like they
And-
came and you had like talk to them on the phone, or like you had to.
Yeah, I had to talk to them in person. They were like, "Yeah, we had to wait there." By the time they got there, the dude who was on the ground was like kind of sitting up now, and it looked like he was dead. All of us thought we were looking at a corpse.
Wow.
Because
That's
like,
wild.
yeah, and then like the people were like telling us like he was with 2 other people, and they were like, "Yeah, he's going through a tough time. His friend just died, committed suicide." And we're like, "Dude, we don't want to listen to this. What the fuck?" And it was an intense situation. And then after that, we talked to the police, and they
Jesus,
took
I
like
can't-
my statement because everyone was like, "Yeah, Ken's the one that called you. I don't want to talk to you." So they took down like my name and number. I was like, "Oh, that's fucking great." I've hit everything so far.
Dude, I keep trying to parry those.
And then homeboy took that, and then after that we just went and recorded a podcast, and that was our night.
That's wild. And I'm pretty sure, don't like completely quote me on this, but I think it like legally, once you like stop to like help in an accident, like once you go, you know, like near them and like start helping at all, you have to stay. But if you were to just like walk away from the beginning, then you don't gotta worry about it.
Yeah, isn't it like if they die after you just leave them there, then that could be like put on you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's some intense shit, man.
So if you ever see something that looks like it could be serious, just don't go over there.
Just leave. If you have somewhere to be, just leave.
Remember, your grandma's din-din is more important than saving another man's life.
But yeah, so police dealing with that shit, not
Policia,
fun.
for those of you who speak Spanish.
I was at Walmart the other day, and do you do self-checkout at Walmart?
Yeah, usually, because I usually don't get enough groceries to warrant using a
Yeah.
full lane.
So at the end of the self-checkout, it lets you like rate it out of 5 stars.
Yeah, it's a weird thing that it does.
What do you think that rating is for?
Because they already know, like, you're shopping there, and like so who needs that information?
Yeah, like what do you think you're rating?
You're probably like, I don't know. I guess it's just so like big corporate. Fuck me. Oh my god.
Hey, you made it to this though.
No. It's probably because like big corporate needs to know which Walmarts they can like fire people from and get rid of. So like whichever ones get the least like high votes
You see,
are like the ones who get got.
that's kind of what I thought. I thought it was just like you rate the store itself. But then and then like I was checking out, my girlfriend's like getting ready to check her stuff out, and she's in the mirror checking herself out, and I just like out of a kind of a joke, I usually just skip that thing or do 5 stars, but as a joke, I just kind of looked at her and hit 3 stars. And I was just like, and then she checks out, and then right when she's about to like finish and like she gets to that point where she's
about to finish that point. Yeah.
She gets to the point where she has to rate it out of 5 stars. She has to rate me out of 5 stars how well I did.
Yeah, like they always do.
And right at that moment, this lady who was like, they always have like somebody watching the check counter or the checkout being like, "Don't still."
Yeah.
This old lady comes up behind her and is like, "Oh, help me out, please, and give me 5 stars." So I was,
what?
So immediately I'm like, "Yo, wait, what?" So I just I'm like, did she see me just click 3 stars as an asshole? Does that rating go towards the person who's on shift right then? So I started thinking about it. I was like, yo, what if I just like fuck this lady? Like, so you got too many 3 stars today.
They're like most people.
One too many.
Most people just ignore it or put 5 stars. But for someone to go out of their way and give you 3 stars on your performance,
so I got really scared after that because I was just like, I felt so bad. I was just like, oh no, I really hope that it's like maybe some promotion, like maybe they're doing a thing where it's like, oh, if whoever like gets the store on their shift more rating, the higher rating gets like a free toaster or something. But I hope it's not like a performance.
I don't know. Rating. It must be though, because like it's baked into the self checkout now. Like,
yeah, it blew my brain when she said, "Hey, can you help me out and give me 5 stars?" Or she just said like, "Can you help me and get 5? Like, put 5 stars." So I was just like, oh no.
Well, do you think that she deserved 5 stars?
I don't know. She didn't. That's the only thing she said to us.
I feel like asking for someone to give you 5 stars. Dude, how come he had so much health?
He always has so much
health. That took
dude.
So long, and we still didn't even get him. And I was like blasting him right in the dick hole with my red.
I don't like the way he does that in the beginning. It pisses me off now.
Dude, this game is so good at just like pissing you off. Yep. Like it's so well designed for real. But cops, wild. Having to save someone's life, also wild.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever had to be in a situation like that. And like, I really don't know what I'm going to do on the day that like someone's legitimately like choking in like a restaurant near me, And like,
what the fuck just happened?
You're just like standing there like
I couldn't move away from him.
Oh my God. Okay. I might just call it.
Yeah,
I'm not going to do this on one. Okay.
Yeah, I've been at a couple of parties that have had cops raid them. Luckily, I was never on drugs, so I was able to either leave or the cops would like test me, and then I would be fine, and they'd just let me go.
2 plus 2?
They'd be like, "How many?" Dude, one time I got pulled over, and one of my friends, yeah, I got pulled over after leaving a party, and the cops were like tailgating everyone that left this party.
I think you've mentioned this before. I don't know if it was just to me though.
Oh. Yeah, I get pulled over, and I had a friend in the back who took maybe a shot or half a shot at this party, and they pull us over, and they assume all of us are fucking wasted because they knew alcohol was at this party. And so they're like, "How drunk are you?" And it was me, my other friend who was sober, and then my friend in the back.
How drunk are you?
It's like, "It's drunk. How fuck are you?" And this cop is just like talking to us, and he makes all of us drug tests. And I'm like freaking out, having a full-blown panic attack, shaking. So it doesn't look good, like I'm not on like anything. And then he makes me do like a breathalyzer test, and I blow into it, and I couldn't like continuously keep blowing because I was like, like hyperventilating already. So I didn't blow hard enough or long enough. And he like takes it away. He's like, "No, you're supposed to blow this long, this hard." And I was like, Jesus Christ, man.
Oh,
I was like, I'm trying. I'm over freaking out. And then it came up 0, and he was just like, "Get in the fucking car." I was like, "Yeah, dick." But then my friend, because he took that shot, he came up as like 0.0 or something, like however low. And he got fucked. And they were like, "Okay, you guys can either leave or stay here." My other friend was like, "Dude, his parents are going to come. They know my parents. I can't have my parents knowing." So we like talked to him. You're like, "Hey man, do you want us to stay or do you want us to go?" And he's like, "Nah, you guys go. There's no reason for you to stay."
Like, save yourselves.
Yeah. He's like, "Yeah, no, y'all can just dip." So yeah, we left them there. And the officer had asked him. The officer was like, "How many grams of weed do you weigh?" And he was like, what? And the officer's like, oh yeah, this guy's high. It's like, no, that fucking question's absurd, dude.
Yeah.
Such a gotcha question. I was like, what the fuck? Yeah. One time I was at a party that got raided, and I was leaving. My friend was incredibly high.
Wild.
I was sober because, again, didn't do drugs at this time. And
Or anytime.
Or anytime, sure.
You can only assume.
And oh, jeez. And as I was trying to get, I was telling my friend, I was like, yo, like, like somebody just said, like, the neighbors are gonna call the cops. We gotta get out of here. Because I was trying to get my friend who I drove in with just out of there. So I told him, I was like, no, bro, we gotta go. So I get him to get to my car. I remember that I left something inside. And as I'm walking back up the stairs to go, because it was on like the top floor of an apartment building. As I'm walking back up, a cop stops me and he's like, hey, you're going to let us into this house. Because like the cop was like waiting at the door, like pounding on the door, but nobody would open it. And I was just like, oh no, I'm just trying to get like, I forgot what I forgot. It was like, it wasn't like my phone or keys or anything important. It was just like some like candy or maybe, I don't know. But I was like, yo, like I just got to go grab something. He was like, nope. Knock on the door. And I was like, I don't really want to. He was like, knock on the fucking door.
Dude, this is a cop?
Yeah, the cop was like making me do this. So I knock on the door and I'm like, hey guys, it's me. I didn't know any of them there because like I was like, it was at a party that I only knew like one other person who had already left at this point. And I was like, hey, it's me. I'm the cop's right here. And somebody opened the door for me. And then the cop like puts his foot there. And so I was like, all right, I'm fucking out. And the cop was like, you stay here. Like telling me to stay next to him. But then I just slowly backed away from him and went down the stairs because he was too busy like talking. He went inside and I just fucking got to the car and I just snuck away from him. And I was like, holy shit, that was terrifying. Yeah. And my friend's like, hi. He's like, yo, what happened? I'm like, yo, I'll tell you about it in a minute. Let's get out of here. I go to church. And at this time, I didn't have a car yet. I only had like, I just got my license, and I was still driving our stepdad's car. And I go to turn the car on, and it's dead. Yeah, right next to 2 squad cars. And I'm like, holy shit.
Dude, it's like Malcolm in the Middle.
I was like, dude, this is terrible. I was in our fucking stepdad's car at a party where cops are busting everyone for having drugs and shit. And I'm here stuck with a dead car. And so I'm then like, fuck, I need like, no. Okay, I fucked up the story. I'll try to really quick fix it here. I went to the car, it was dead, tried to go back to the party and tell everyone, yo, anyone got any jumper cables? Help me start my car. Everyone said no. I left the house, and that's when the cop coming up the stairs stopped me and said, nope, turn around, you're gonna let me in. And so then that's how I got to that situation. And I asked that cop too. I was like, hey, you got jumper cables? And he was like, really? No. And then I asked another cop on my way down. I was like, yeah, jumper cables? They're like, no. And I was like, okay. And then I had to call my friend, and he had to drive from like all the way to where I was, which was pretty far. I mean, I have kind of an experience with that where my car died one time in the middle of Bangor, just on like right at a light. And I was like, just stop there.
You were that person who's like in people's way. Like...
Yeah, middle lane. And this like dude pulls up next to me, and he's like, he was of Hispanic kind, and I was like trying to like yell over to him. I was like, my car won't start, you know, kind of as a joke, hoping he would be like, oh yeah, I'll help you. And he just looks at me and shrugs his shoulder, and he's like, I don't know, man, and drives off. And I was like, oh fuck. And then a cop comes up and's like, how's it going? I was like, oh, my car's stuck right here. And I was like, oh yeah, I just need help. And so the cop's like, here, let me give you a help. He like, you know, bumpers to back bumper, pushes me off the road to the side. And then he's like, all right, is this a good spot? And I was like, yeah, this is fine. And then he just gets into his car and leaves. And I was just like, wait, you're not gonna help me, dog?
He's like, nope, sorry, not legally allowed to do that.
So yeah, he just left. Didn't see a single cop, and it was 1 a.m. I should probably mention this.
Yeah, Jesus.
I snuck out.
Dude, it's 1 a.m. and the cop's like, yeah, I'm too busy for this.
Yeah, he's like, I'm out.
Asshole. Dude,
so he leaves. None of our family responds to me. Our dad the next day is like, sorry, I was in Florida or some shit. Our mom's like, oh yeah, I was straight sleeping. And then
And her
the only
stepdad
person
was
that
gay
came through
sleeping.
was like one friend that I hadn't talked to in like a year. Who I was just like, yo, I just got to call this man. And I called him. He was like, yeah, man, I got you. And I was like, holy shit. But yeah, that car was fucked after that. Couldn't drive it anymore. It just fucked up. The transmission blew out or something.
You blew the transmission.
Why is it always sexual with you, man?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Why are there so many sexual
Dude,
innuendos?
I hate these fuckers because people love sex, man.
It's true.
People go crazy for sex. It's
Violence
their
in
favorite-
movies and sex on TV. That's the end of the episode. Now I have to pee.
What is that from?
Family Guy.
Oh yeah. Well,
Violence in movies and sex on TV. But where are those good old-fashioned values on which we used to rely? Peter!
See ya.
By chance they came